Hey guys, Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. Welcome to Suck Less Saturday.
POM pepper spray has recently reformulated for even more effect when you bless the deserving with the hot sauce. POM is what I use between a harsh word and a gun and encourage everyone to do likewise.
As you progress, you're going to have to progress with the way you zero your pistol because it will begin to matter a great deal to you. Remember, there are 3 votes in this process. Number 1 is your shooting ability. Number 2 is your pistol's ability to be precise and accurate. And number 3 is the ammo you choose. If you randomly rotate ammo, you're going to have to zero every time you change ammo. I see people show up with buckets full of mixed ammo, and it's always a fairly bad idea if there's any precision work to be involved, because those things do matter at the long term. I have started to really work on my zeros with my red dot pistol because I've gotten to the point where I can get everything I can out of my zero in freestanding, freestyle, but I think there was more. So I'm going to take you through what I did today. What I did is I shot off a barrel with a sandbag, and I made sure that my eye was in the same level that it would be if I was standing. So I'm not looking up and through. That way I can eliminate any problem with my eye and perception and any parallax that may exist in the optic. I'm not looking through the top of it. And I shot some zeros, all right? You'll never be able to figure all this out. It's just to remind me of what I was doing, all right? I started off and I shot a 10-yard zero right here, and I found that at 10 yards, I had a lot of right in it, a lot more than I expected. This is what I can do freestyle with a good zero. So this was a big difference over here. So we know it's 1 MOA at 100 yards, so it's 1 inch. So in order for me to get it over, it was almost 10 adjustments. I didn't quite go that much. I didn't feel like it was going to be that much, but what I ended up doing was going 5 to the left, all right? And as I moved back, I went to a 15-yard zero. Same thing, bench rested. And when I did the 15, what I did was shoot, and I saw still a lot of left and a lot of high, all right? So I made some more adjustments to that. I took a little bit of the left out and I went back 2 right because it wasn't as much as I thought. And then I went down 5 down and then I went 6 down. So I'm at 11 down total, okay? And then what happened as I kept working on these, I got further back. I got to 30 yards. It's the most that we have a bench rested position. Now this is truly on a bench rest at this point with a bag and the back of the gun sitting on the ground. And I shot 30 yards. So at 30 yards, I still saw a slight shift, all right, over here. So it was too far left, so I took a couple of the rights out, all right? So instead of 5 left, I ended up with 3 left, all right? And then everything started to work pretty good. And then I had to take another one down, and another one down, and another one down. So I ended up with 3 more down, which gave me 14 down, 3 left in the refinement of my zero at 30 yards. I was surprised by that, to tell you the truth. That's a lot of downward motion. Now, anything could have happened since the last time I shot it. Then I came and shot freestyle to make sure, and that means I'm standing holding the gun, that I can shoot it well and that the zero is matching up, because sometimes bench rested zeros don't always match your freestyle. Maybe you put your own error in there. So I shot at 3 yards. That's 3 rounds at 3 yards, all right? Then I went to 10 yards and I saw this. Slightly low, slightly right, but I didn't change anything, all right? Then I went to 15 yards, okay? And at 15 yards, I shot here and I saw, well, it's a little bit high again, all right? So I'm good. Then I went and shot freestyle at 25 yards, and this is my group down here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a really good zero. That's outstanding shooting for me. Probably all 10 ring hits if it was shooting a B8. Exceptional. What I have truly gained though is not a better zero, although that did happen mathematically because deviation matters as you go back into error. But I can now shoot at 30 yards, a group like this, and freestyle 20-yard group as well as I was standing. That means I've also taken the air out of my shooting and allowed my mind to focus on the precise nature of pressing the trigger and watching the sight. It also allowed me to get real confidence in what I'm doing. Once you gain a level of confidence that this gun is zeroed and that your ammo is working exceptionally well and that you're in tune, what you start doing is seeing fist-size groups at 30 yards or 25 yards shooting freestyle. That is something that is hard to attain without a red dot. That is truly the advantage of it. You can do the same thing with your iron sights if they're adjustable. If not, you're going to have to know where to hold the iron sights on each one. Part of the big problem with iron sights is you're only going to see half the target. So you're looking at the upper half, or you're occluding it, or you've set it up so it's down here. But every variance in distance is going to make a big difference. I want you to think about what I'm telling you. I've been shooting what I felt was a well-zeroed gun, And by the end of the day, I brought it down 14. All right, that's quite a bit. And it felt like it was shooting a bit high to me, but I didn't realize how high. And simply I was holding a bit lower as I was shooting, but 14 is significant. So we're talking about 3 inches MOA then, 4-inch MOA, 4-inch MOA at 100 yards. So we brought it down. We had to move it quite a bit. It made a big difference, but now my mind feels confident the gun is well zeroed. When you do that, you know exactly who you are as a shooter. It reflects back to the self-image that I can do this, the gun can do this, and the ammo can do this. And then you know that you can get your highest current level of skill that you earned in practice. All right, that's your zeroing with it. I know you can't read all this. Doesn't really matter. Kind of a prop. Keep me going and think about what I did. But here's what I did. 10 yards, 15 all rested, and then 25 or 30. I did 30 because I got a better rest in that position. And then I shot it 3 yards freestyle, 10 yards freestyle, and 25 yards freestyle to verify it. Maybe it's excessive, but it matters to me. It always has, it always will. I am a marksman at heart, and I want to know that I can hit the target and that nothing is standing in the way of me doing my best work, that my equipment is zeroed and ready to go, and that I can have confidence in myself to apply my current level of skills. I'm Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant, and as always, measure, refine, and perform.